What's up, everyone? Kaiju no Kami here with
Cruellica Kain.
Not on the floor.
Chrisalage Bloodbourne.
Advent Nebula. Silver Quill, who's not on the floor.
and we are going to talk about Kamen Rider 01 episodes 2 to 5, which has actually been really, really good so far.
I mean, you were skeptical after the first episode, but I felt it was getting there.
I'm still kind of skeptical because, you know, Kamen Rider's kind of got to that thing where, like, the first few episodes are like, oh, this is so good. And then it's like, ha, you like our show, huh? Well, let's show you how much we can screw it up.
But I'm enjoying it. I do have one concern, though, on all the freaking toy marketing they've already done in the first several episodes.
Oh, also, it's worth noting that the kaiju is very hangry tonight, so, yeah.
Hangry?
Yes, hungry and angry.
It's a term
Well,
that
I'm not
exists.
hungry anymore.
He's just his typical angry.
Yeah, vermin.
I think the hangry lingers.
Yeah, no. It's
Hey, I've been watching Ghost Ager. I have a reason to be angry.
To be fair, he's not wrong.
Anyway, but we're talking about 01.
Episode 2.
No, we're talking about episodes 2,
Starting
3,
with 2.
4, 5.
You didn't sound like you were ready to stop at 5 yet. You were like,
No, I was ready to go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got the spoilers. There are no spoilers.
I was gonna say, there's spoilers?
No.
I want spoilers. Tell me spoilers.
No, but
spoilers?
I'm part of the My Little Pony fandom where episodes get leaked like 5 months in advance.
See, I will say that's the one advantage. These Toku shows are like filmed 2 weeks before the episode airs, so there is no 5 months leakage.
So they're basically doing exactly what the manga artist was doing to his assistants. Just burn through them, and when they collapse, get a new one in.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Way
Actually,
ahead of this
I
thing we're
believe
supposed to
that's
go
why
in.
Drive's actor refuses to return to Kamen Rider.
He's getting a hunchback. I'm concerned.
Oh,
Fine.
Sanctuary.
Alright, so first, let's talk about the cops, the Eames soldiers.
Ames.
They aims to please.
They aim to not be good.
Well, you got
Which do you like better, the cheetah or the wolf?
It's do you like a
So-
rogue or do you like a ranger?
So basically, his name is Vulcan, and hers is Valkyrie.
So, very Norris we got up in here.
So I have come to the conclusion we are just watching a D&D game. So I want to see the gazebo at some point.
Oh, God.
I want to see the D&D campaign where they're hanging out in the gazebo and they're fighting about how the gazebo is going to attack them. And if you actually know the reference, then you are a nerd.
Oh god, because the ultimate weapon is nothing more than a gazebo.
Oh, no. You don't know what it is.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying that the saying they would do if you transformed into a gazebo, the ultimate weapon is nothing but a gazebo.
It would be a cool creature of the week.
So the Ames cops, we have the fighter and we have the rogue. And the reason why I've come to the conclusion that she's a rogue for Commoner Valkyrie is because something was addressed in episode 3, right?
Yeah, it's very into episode 3.
That really plays on the trope, if you know anything about D&D, of that being that rogue.
Pretty much
Type of
plays
character.
every side.
Well, I wasn't trying to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of the spoiler discussion in a way.
2, though, is pretty straightforward.
We've already done spoilers on all the other talks. Why would we stop now?
Because I wanted to be a good human being for a moment?
Yeah, but
We're YouTubers. That's not possible.
yeah, but episode 2 is pretty straightforward. Shooting guy shoots.
I
Pretty
know
entertaining.
what I want for Christmas.
The shotgun?
I want, amongst everything,
Excuse me.
Too
I
many
want
briefcases.
these gimmicks. This is the first time in a while that I truly must own these gimmicks.
And
Let
then
me
you get
guess.
the gimmicks, and then the show falls apart.
Hey, Drive's gimmicks were so cool.
Let me guess. Guy and Drive were the last two.
Bill Lance.
Oh, Wizard was super awesome.
Actually, I do kind of like these designs based compared to... Well, I have to say the tiger form remind me a lot of O's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do have to say the one thing I'm liking, and actually from the one article I was pulling up, is text-to-speech henshins.
Oh, God.
Where you have the American which it really sounds like an American voice because you can usually tell the difference in dialect of someone who's not American trying to sound it in a way.
I'd like to go back on Twitter and dig it up. It's somewhere buried from a couple days ago from one of my followers. She posted it up, and it looks like the two voices doing the driver voices are Canadian.
Which, that's close enough.
A
Oh, it's
fictional
not
line doesn't
legendary.
count, Sam. We've been over
Sorry.
this.
But
You card. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, friend.
Yeah, still fictional. But anyway.
Canada is real.
I especially like the 1,000. What was it for the flaming tiger?
Million bombs.
It's 100 bombs.
1,000 bombs.
and then
And an
you,
explosion in 1,000 bombs. Or
and
something
then
like that.
and then you had the gorilla.
A punch that can destroy a mountain.
That was sweet, though.
Then you have the shark. All of them actually.
I like the cheetah one.
Which one was that one?
I don't remember the exact same.
Episode 3, she showed it
But-
in episode.
I do have to say, after watching in Humanoids,
Let's
Which
not talk about
I
that.
will have to do a girl power speech on it at some point. I've come to a conclusion I do have this small, itty bitty inner feminist in me.
Huh?
And I blame you for it because I was quite
I've
happy being misogynistic as a female.
I've awoken your feminism.
But-
You are now woke.
Moving on. Come
I don't know if I ever want to be woke.
But I feel you should know it's a given that Valkyrie isn't going to do well in this series.
No, I'm well aware.
Because it's very important to understand that cheetahs never prosper.
Oh, come on.
You're. Okay, just so everybody knows, he's been like this all night.
How can
Okay.
I not?
How I loved the scene with the pun.
I didn't
No,
get
hold on, you go back in a moment. I love at the end of episode 4, was it? When he makes the sweater pun. And
Yes.
the wolf dude is trying to hold in his laughter and just starts walking away, holding it in.
And then the next episode ends up making himself a pun and the tiger and gets the wolf to laugh in the gorilla form.
Even his puns are on fire. Now, here's the thing. Those are the moments I like. There was Valkyrie and who?
Vulcan.
And Vulcan. See, I like Vulcan in those moments because he's like, well, every other time he's just trying to be, I'm edgy.
Well, he has a reason to be edged because his whole backstory is they need the tech.
I'm sorry, but we just juxtaposed him against a young man who suffered an even greater loss, I'd argue.
With
Yeah.
his dad.
Yeah, that
Okay.
kid's got it.
And his dad's legacy. And that kid was not nearly so bitter, angry, or hostile. He just wanted
He wanted
to
to
know
know
the
the
truth. So when you have a guy who's going, I'm so edgy, I'm Batman. No, you're not.
Alright, continue your thing and then I'll talk about my.
Come on, tell us how woke you are.
Oh.
Well, it's gone. What's the point? Obviously, just like
Okay, the women doesn't matter.
female Japanese culture, the female role is just diminished. So I'll just kind of say it. Being
Still.
passive aggressive.
When is she not?
But also, are you worried because, like, isn't all female
I
writers
love
like-
at the end of episode 2 his Iron Man moment. I was just waiting for him to go, yes, I'm Kamen Rider.
Can we speak about the cinematography in that episode, though, with it through the crates in episode 2?
Well, I love all the cinematography. I want a full fight sequence of where it has, because it has like that circular type camera work to it, like you had in Lupin Ranger, and I want a whole frickin' fight scene like that, not just like 10 seconds.
It's probably
Look.
very expensive to shoot that way.
There's been inconsistent CGI, but I'm not complaining on it.
Oh, you mean like the fight scene between Falcon Mode and the Bat Dude
yeah.
that looked like the PS4 game preview?
Yeah, and then you get into the episode 5 with the tiger on fire, and the CGI was not that bad, which was
Although
surprising.
I will say the fire scene in, was it the sushi chef who was on fire, where it looked like it was just they green screened in the fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, those look like some of the fire effects I use in my videos.
Wow. I just feel like there could be a new theme song. This tiger's on fire. This tiger's on fire.
Why not just use Eye of the Tiger?
Or as we just saw on SNL's music.
Monster design wise, I haven't had any complaints so far on the design.
I do love the cyberpunk feel,
Yeah.
and especially with the music in the for the two villain dudes.
Yeah.
The cyber squiggly was pretty entertaining.
Oh, okay. The cyber squid was funny just because of how Kamen Rider kept getting 01 kept getting wrapped up, and when Wolf Bullet
Vulcan
tries to shoot him, oh, thank you. I mean, if I think you don't even have to use the cinematography for that. It's even better that he's off screen,
and then you just see the tentacles flop down.
Okay, I love the humor in this. I really love. Okay. How can I not be making puns when the lead character is making all these marvelous, terrible puns?
Yes, he's
and these over-the-top reactions. He is so the opposite of Geo. It's refreshing and endearing, and he's my favorite.
Yes, he's your precious little boy who you must protect.
Him and Kyoru Blue, the punning 30-year-old brothers, darlings.
Is that the one who wrestled in Courager?
Okay, continue now. Your roll.
Wow, I exist again?
Yep, your roll has been returned.
That's so cool.
Wow, that inner feminist didn't last long.
Oh no.
Come on, fight for it. Fight the Masashi. Come on, get it. Come on, get woke, get super woke.
I want to be woke.
Well, you have to because my arm's falling asleep underneath. So you gotta
I'm kind of stuck. I'm like a turtle right now.
you gotta get woke so my arm can woke.
You mean like the main villain in Humanoids? I've fallen and I can't get up!
Yeah, I introduced them to this off screen, and I think they're still mad at me.
Saturday, you're not gonna live down last Saturday for a while.
No.
Alright.
So what I was trying to say so many moons ago, apparently, is is I actually really liked when the female technical advisor for Eames, where she kind of just like out of nowhere pulls out a henshin device and the cassette tape, I'm going to call it, the ProRise key, and just transforms out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, okay, so we're getting our third rider this quickly.
Right away.
Yeah, and kind of like that one character, basically he's using the word ride as kind of like a really juxtaposition to have fun with talking about moving on.
Exactly, but I loved her comment to Vulcan, just like, that's how you engage the enemy. It's like, yes, damn. Okay, if this is her with a mic.
I know.
It really does go to show she is his superior
In every way.
Well, I thought it was brilliant to have a character, especially a female writer, and you stole my water, but you're gonna fucking drink your own.
Which, given the track record of the female writers and Kamen Rider shows.
What, do they actually die? I need to know that trope.
Female writers are very few and far between. We had one female writer in
Kain.
Yeah, Peach. Didn't she die?
Ryuki.
The episode final movie.
Episode final movie, and that's the only time she appeared, and she was so useless. The next one was, I remember...
Kiva.
No, we didn't have a female writer in Kiva.
Movies. And the movie.
I've seen the movies. I don't remember.
Did you see the
Kivato. Kivato.
What movie was that?
Or not Kivato, Kivet.
Kivet.
Kivet, when the Decade's main girlfriend, not girlfriend, girl.
Oh, the Decade female writer. That's different. I meant actual series writer. So it goes Ryuki, Decade, Gaim, and now this. Because there was no female writer.
There was we didn't.
X-Aid.
Well, we didn't see X8, so I can't.
And we didn't finish Drive, so I thought there was a female in Drive.
Yeah, but Gaim, the energy writer Peach, didn't she die?
Not really, or unless there's the movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I haven't seen as much Kamen Rider as everyone else here, but from what I've seen, usually women in Kamen Rider are given submissive roles. Even the Peach energy writer in Gaim, who would lecture about deciding your future, blindly went along with Baron.
Because Baron's amazing, and you
The
won't
only
have.
female that I really took to, she wasn't a writer, but the only female character I really took to as a great asset to the story that helped move it along, and Kaiju is going to actually probably roll his eyes at me, is from Double.
Oh, yes.
The assistant.
The assistant was more of the boss.
Who
than
used her slippers to attack people. Especially, what's his name?
What about the
Excel.
girls from Forza?
Oh yeah.
I never saw
Oh, yeah, Forze. Especially,
Goop? Space Goop?
well, the high school senior.
Forza. Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
And then the goth chick who, just was like so emo. It was
They ended up
happening.
with, he has Meteor's girlfriend.
Hey, Meteor
Meteor
was
was
awesome.
awesome. So, but I know I'm sidetracking, which everybody apparently already did.
Don't you remember how great of a character Kiyomi was in Wizard when she would sit in the corner in the
yeah.
background and look at her magic ball?
I like balls, but not that much.
Why don't we talk about the Humagears?
The Humagears, actually, I'm having not a hard time with them, but I kind of feel I understand where the characters are coming from. You have three very split perspectives. You have Aruto's perspective of them being
Replicants and to be destroyed.
well, being human.
But
You
he's
have
basically saying that they're their own race and should be along with humans.
you have Isamu, who is
Fuwa.
Vulcan.
Fuwa.
Well, his last name
They
is
go
Fuwa.
by Fuwa.
Okay, Fua, the Vulcan, he looks at them as monsters, which I can understand where he can come from.
Exterminatus. all of them.
From kind of like the childhood perspective, if you
He's
see
got
something PTSD.
Yeah.
Then you have Yaiba, who's Valkyrie. She looks at them completely as just tools, ends,
Ends to a
justifies.
mean.
Yeah.
But actually, I've liked that over the last several episodes we saw. It's not so much the Humagears that are developed as it is the people around them. You have the sushi chef, who is resistant at first, but actually likes that they don't have an ego to bruise, and so they actually make for great students. But then you see the dark side of that with the manga artist and author X,
That guy was so.
who uses them up and at the expense of his own skills. And I think that's the big fear that always comes with this, that people, if you have a servant race, that's what they are at the moment, if you have that, people can lose this drive to do anything.
And that's one thing I'm hoping the series doesn't lose, is touching on that plurality of the situation in a world like this. But I have a fear later on when it gets more plot driven, they're going to kind of abandon that.
Episode
I
15
kind
or
of
16.
look at it like Planet of the Apes. If you've seen all those movies, not the remake because the remake is terrible, but not the new trilogy. I'm talking
She's talking
about
about
the
Tim Burton one.
These single
What I'm
ones.
trying to get at though is the apes in the earlier part of the series were more of the servant class. They were treated as tools. They were treated, basically all three dichotomies. They're treated as tools, they're treated as monsters, and they're treated as equals. And because everyone did different things, there was no consistency, it drove up the class to where, if you see the future side of the Planet of the Apes universe, humanity is so diminished because they've given up their control. And I understand we could play the science fiction perspective of replicants, or of the Matrix universe, or so on and so forth.
Terminator.
Well,
The best one.
actually,
Original Terminator.
the last one with the manga artist, that actually hit me pretty close to home. This week, some folks were talking I need to hire an editor to lighten my burden. That's been a concern. And watching that guy, I was just like, that's what I don't want to become. I don't want to lose my enjoyment of editing or creating, putting a show together. Just because you ask for some help, even though people make a valid point that many hands make for light work. So there's a very
See,
human
my
element.
problem is like, okay, with all my TV reviews, my Sentai reviews and all that, I know exactly what scenes I want in each little piece. Every piece of dialogue I write in my script, I've already got the scene in mind I want to show with that piece of dialogue. If I were to give that script to a person to edit, they're not going to know what scene to use. They're just going to find whatever scene, whether it fits or not, because they're not the ones who watch the show to know exactly what scene I put in there. Like with Ghost Sager, I've already got pieces of like script dialogue written in my notes that I'm going to say this and use this footage from this episode with this piece of dialogue.
I think there's a disconnect though. Having help, and I think the manga artist definitely does call close to home, because I know even myself, as the overlord that I am, try to offer as much help as I can for you, and there's a limit to what I can do. Or the same thing for everyone in this room. I think we've all done that. But allowing for help as long as you know your own boundaries. And sometimes you do go to that dark path where you do go too far down it, which is always a risk for anyone in the world.
I'm down the dark path.
I don't know what you said, but I don't want you to say it again.
But you've been hitting me all night.
No, sorry.
Raising
I just
that
had to fix
elbow.
my bra.
Okay! I have no comment as I am next to a woke feminist now.
I'm not that woke.
Anyway.
But nevertheless, the Humagears, I enjoy them. I just hope they don't go down a trope level with them.
Well, even I said this earlier tonight, and anybody that's read William Gibson novels as much as I have, I'm feeling a lot of William Gibson inspiration, and I'm fearing that could go cliche route because his novels that started in the 80s with Neuromancer and onward have kind of become the staple of what modern cyberpunk is.
I just think of asthma.
Okay, couple things. One, I actually want to see them utilize the satellite. Like, actually have, later on the show, they hijack the satellite.
Or
Ooh, that'd be cool.
the system.
Well, that's a really good point, because we were talking about that while watching, the fact that they kept on making progress keys in episode 2, 3, 4, 5, brand new keys. Actually, we got 4 new keys in 3 episodes.
Actually, I think we got more than that.
Oh wait, we
Shark,
got 5.
We got Shark, Falcon, Tiger,
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Cheetah.
Cheetah's not really in the alternate form.
And then-
Well, no, but it's a new progress key then.
And then it looks like the villain one that we got to see
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like
so we
it's a
got
cobra
6.
as well.
So we got 6 progress keys
I'm not
in
flipping anyone off.
3 episodes.
This isn't
Yeah, but are you forgetting what they're trying to resurrect, which is a satellite in itself? Like
Well,
nanite.
and I can understand to a certain degree, like the Flaming Tiger one, you actually see him working that out in his mind. Because you actually see elements of, the temperature. And then when you have the key come into play, it's like, okay, we got a reference to this. So that makes sense. For the Shark, as much as I love it, same thing with the Falcon, there, as you had clearly said, there was no earning of it.
Yeah, it was just the AI girl going, okay, I need something that can fight a flying creature.
And it knows instantly.
I need something that can fight a squid. Boom.
Although, like you say, squid. Okay, I love. Advent Nebula pointed out that a squid is a shark's natural prey. And Chrisalage Bloodbourne said, anything that the shark sees is its natural prey.
They are the severe thing. They ate a whole freaking.
Well, I do
zero.
like that fangs that can crush concrete for the shark.
But with the Humagear actors, the sushi chef, Aruto's assistant, and the tour guide lady.
The bus rapid guide.
Yes, the way they carry themselves, this stiff, rigid, very fixed posture, very proper, I think they carry that feeling well, that it's humanesque, but you can tell that there's a rigidity that makes it seemingly artificial.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm intrigued that all the targets apparently that have been chosen to be the monsters are on the cusp of sentience.
Oh yeah, you had a point there, because they
We
were
saw that in the very
all
first
different.
episode with the comedian.
Yeah, but
With the absence.
it was just one of those, I never thought of it as a consistent thing. So it's almost like I guess using Matrix again, like a crack in the Matrix. That they've seen the zeros and ones for what they
Especially
are.
at the start of episode 5 when the one
You mean a glitch in the
Humagear
Matrix?
Yes.
is making the editor.
Yes. Although what really surprised me, with the truth behind the Daybreak incident, the bus tour guide, Anna, was not the target. And yet she's the one who broke through the programming where no other one could. The bus driver was the target. I'm sorry, if he's about to obtain sentience, it's like Inside Out with look into the bus driver's mind. I don't want a bus driver AI gaining sentience. That thing, Skynet would say to this thing, "Dang, bro, chill."
So I'm actually amazed and like that they already showed us what happened at Daybreak.
Yeah, don't drag it out too far.
Because I expected that to be something you find out like episode 30.
I'm also, sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm also glad that Aruto, he spilled the beans right away. He pulled a Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's been pulling up Tony Stark since he...
Well, the only one who doesn't know
She knows.
is Yaiba.
You know what?
Valkyrie. She doesn't know that
Oh, she-
Naruto
He
is.
does?
Yes, she does. She figured it out already.
literally acted.
Yeah, remember she recorded everything that was going on.
Episode
In
3, she
fairness-
literally hacked the system.
In fairness, she knows that he has access to the progress keys. She doesn't know that he specifically
That's what I mean.
has the driver.
I think she knows.
I don't think she specifically knows he is.
She might not know,
0-1.
but the man she's reporting to, he does.
Lay pin.
But that, I'm almost figuring, and this is probably from watching so much tokusatsu, that he's a father, an uncle, a cousin, a big brother, maybe a brother-in-law, something. He is related to Naruto.
Well, duh.
Because you can see that a mile away.
Corporate executive at some corporation you don't know, hidden away, he's in the dark. Clearly he's going to be related to them, and clearly he's going to be a Kamen Rider later on.
And clearly,
With a white suit.
the Cobra, I can't remember his name.
Cobra, we'll just call him Cobra.
Cobra!
Yeah.
Hirio. I think it's Hiro.
Hirobi. He's going to also be related to Naruto. Because it just feels like we are going to make this a family affair.
And also his son, the one that's gone all crazy.
Oh yeah, Jin. Okay, Jin I adore. I was so okay. This really proves that I am a fan of villains. I was rooting for him to get one of those progress keys the entire episode. I'm like, somebody trip, somebody drop something again, somehow give him a progress key because I want to see what he does with it.
Well, the intro kind of hints what one he's going to wind up with.
I'm kind of thinking he was very enchanted by that flaming tiger, which, given his personality, may.
Though, also, he has a literal chain gun.
I'm just saying he's putting the flaming in flaming tiger. That's all I can say. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna be best friends. Sorry.
I love Jin. He is one of my favorites for the villains.
I'm glad you specified it was a person, not a drink.
The secondary boss was pretty entertaining in these couple episodes too, because these.
I do like the designs of the monsters of the week.
Oh yes.
Okay, the bat, I have to admit, that was the best design I've seen for a bat since Night.
I was going to say, it was like a callback to Night.
I kind of like the Rogue, Mad Rogue.
That was the best bat design since Kamen Rider Black.
Yeah.
Do not take.
No, wait.
Ran
no,
away
no,
from
no,
me.
no, wait.
Do not.
Never mind. Kuga had a cool looking bat monster.
Hey, Ren's design as a bat was beyond awesome.
Doesn't count. He's not a monster of the week.
I gotta get.
He's still a villain. Well, no, he's a hero. But Ren's awesome design as a bat should not be diminished just because he's not a villain. That was a brilliant design for something that was done on the hero side versus the villain side. And anyways, I hate to break it to you, all of the designs in Black are not that good compared to what we just saw.
No, they're way better. Because
Nope.
they look like realistic animals.
Yeah.
So-
They look jacked up.
Like realistic animals. So, let me just bat you on the head.
Black.
The rivalry.
I think we got a rivalry in the house.
Anywho.
I'm very scared right now.
Night sucks.
So,
Do not take away my night.
hopes for the upcoming episodes.
Well,
She's pulling me back in.
okay.
Every time I think out, they pull me
What
back in.
before that one? What's your favorite form currently for Naruto?
Flaming tiger.
Falcon.
Punch.
I will have to go with shark just because it's got that sharky end.
I will have to go with the Falcon.
Tiger.
I will say the neon greenish, yellowish green, greenish yellow, it blends with the other colors far better than I would expect.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
because they're using all neon colors.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
it's reminding me with O's with the colorations on how well it's blending together.
No, I'm thinking it's more like double.
Oh, that was the other thing I also liked though.
Excellent.
That Naruto already showed to Vulcan that he's
He was
01.
actually
Well,
willing
yeah.
to trust him too and show his commitment.
But that's what I mean. That Yaiba is the only one who hasn't seen it because Fua has, and Fua. I think he did that on purpose though because Fua kept on going after him. It was like I almost wanted to say, "Just get off my nuts, dude! I'm on your side."
Well, you know what they say. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm coming
Okay.
And he's using Fua as a term for fool. I'm gonna start doing this, dude, to see if it ruins your plenitude.
So you're just gonna be like Izu.
All right.
Yes!
His question. Future. What do you
I
want?
love that. His question. Answer it.
All right.
I hope that Izu will continue to explain the puns, and it will make for funny interactions. And if you keep doing that, you will be announcing that you're my assistant, which is not very woke. Okay, if
Looks could kill.
a punch that could level a mountain. I've seen it right in front of me. Bye.
See, other people on your reviews think, oh, I can attack Silver Quill and punch him and he'll fly away. That's because you are not in the same room as him. I have more dangerous liaisons.
Yeah, she's actually taken up my kneecaps 3 times tonight,
To be fair, one was me.
giving you her phone.
Yeah.
You giving her phone
Yeah.
via my kneecaps. It hurt so much. See, she acts all threatening, but then she becomes just sweet soft puppy until she goes for your jugular. Don't watch Frozen with this woman. She'll hit you in the middle for no
Oh, the
reason.
theme song.
No.
Wait, that happened again tonight. Someone said something stupid, and you checked me right in the sternum.
The theme's not bad so far.
Your hopes for the future.
I just hope
Okay.
it keeps getting.
Well, you do
More
have kind of a
rope.
little bit more growth there.
Oh wait, it's not okay for her to check her phone, but you're...
Okay, that's pretty entertaining.
No, that wasn't. I was looking for Tiger.
So,
And Bunny?
okay, my hopes for the future. Well, one, I would like to get about $20,000 increase in salary.
For the show.
For the show.
Oh,
He found it.
no, I found all of them.
A jump to the sky turns to a rider kick. The elevation increases as the bullet is fired.
Oh, that is awesome.
Spread your wings and prepare for a force. Fangs that can chomp through concrete. Try to outrun this demon to get left in the dust. Enough power to annihilate a mountain.
That one's a...
Explosive power of 100 bombs.
So, I guess my hopes for the show are one, to hear more text-to-speech audio of other random things that make me wonder, did they put it into Babelfish and then translate Japanese to English in Babelfish, put it back into Japanese, and then put it back into English to see what randomized words? And if you don't believe that's a possibility of having screwed up language, it is true. I have done it. It gives you the funniest things ever.
And then I'm making me wonder what these people that are reading the script like, that's not proper. Okay, I'll say
I
it.
know, especially if you were raised to know the language as subject predicates, and you're like, wait, This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay, nevertheless, my hope for the show is I hope it stays awesome as it has been, and I hope that for some reason it doesn't diminish in quality to the point where I get the gimmicks and then I get glares from Kaiji Okami every time he looks at the gimmick and is like, oh my gosh, she has this and it's useless.
My hope. It's okay to go. Yeah. My hope is that we introduce to a character, maybe a sixth rider, who is a Humagear but does not have the telltale markings, not the earpiece, to sort of raise the question of what is really human.
Well, that's a Ruto.
Well, maybe.
That's a Ruto.
Maybe. We don't know.
It probably is.
But here's the thing. This idea, it's as old as the Scarlet Letter. More recently, Star Trek Voyager and the Doctor with his mobile emitter, this thing he would wear on his shoulder. It's funny how physical markings set expectations.
Well, if you think about it, that's been going on since forever, actually, because that's how they utilized it for slavery. It's sadly to have to reference that, but when you had children who were born of the slave owners and the slaves themselves, if they were too light-skinned, they would have physical markers that they would put on them to denote that they're sadly less of a human, which is not the case. But that's kind of what they're doing here, having those earpieces or having that barcode-esque tattoo is saying, you're not us.
Well then, actually, now that you say that, and if Aruto is that bridge between human and Humagear, I'd also like to see the flip. I'd like to see a human who's trying to be a Humagear, to pass himself off, as if that's somehow an easier life in his or her eye.
Which could be very well one of our two main villains.
Oh, Hirobi, I would
Yeah.
see that being a possibility.
I also have one other hope, and that is that Aruto gets a skunk form.
Oh God!
Because I would kill to hear something like, the worst stench since last Taco
Curse you,
night.
Tim, because
Oh,
you
darn.
said it, it's gonna probably
So what you want to have is be able to say, "Oh God, this show stinks now."
I do have to say, kind of bouncing off your thing, I do hope that they demonstrate an element of equality, because I think in our era right now, not really going on the political, but going on the social side of it for the American culture, because as we've proven with that influx of text to the Toei guy who said, oh, Kamen Rider doesn't have a market in America, that the American culture needs something to remind us that we're all created equal, no matter what the differences between us are. And I understand the man and machine thing, which is very resembling of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Having that, I think, would be like kind of a beneficial thing in this chaotic world right now.
Yes. No matter if you are a super billionaire or a hobo, you would still go in the ground. That is true equality.
Thank
Not
you!
necessarily. If you get burned,
And, sir, truffles.
Stop that.
if you get burnt and you
We're not having this
cremated,
conversation.
you don't go on the ground. You go to the slab.
That is a nice one too.
You do go. Ooh.
Okay, Evan Nebula, what's your hope for the future?
So, because of my love of cyberpunk and always that duality between the man-machine interface and what questions what's artificial intelligence and what's actual sentient intelligence, I want to see the show actually move on to a point where it's going to have a gap and actually bring up those questions. Because that's one thing that's always driven me, the cyberpunk stories like this. And so far the show has planted those seeds for me that really enjoy that.
Let's try to see if you move your hand back.
No.
Um,
I'm just wondering if you're trying to...
I want to see Aruto and the other characters actually have to battle that dilemma on what it is. And right now with Vulcan and his kind of quest for revenge, I want to see him actually have to question his own ideals and his beliefs. Especially if, like an arc with a character that, or if it turns out to be Aruto himself is half human, half Humagear, well, what's that going to do to the story? Because I can very easily see the story going that way.
I think we already started to see a crack in that when Naruto showed him that he was 01 first, and then when he did follow through with his claim that whatever he found out, good, bad, or otherwise, he would share with the world. The fact that he just did something so subtle as that, to say, you were right, also to give credence to this man who was a hero, who everyone thought he was a villain, I think kind of started to crack and give Fuwa the opportunity to see, okay, maybe there's a little bit more out there and it's more than meets the eye.
Oh,
I was waiting to see if anybody would do it.
Alright, Kaiju.
And while he does that, I'm taking a note.
I want the opening theme to be better.
Hey, the hell with you,
No,
talking normal.
No. We can really just Kamen Rider more than meets the eyes. Naruto wages the battle to destroy the evil forces of that really long website name. Kamen Rider.
Yes.
Oh, she hit me
Backing
again.
on what he said, because it is going into cyberpunk realms, I want philosophical debates and symbolism.
I do not want Makishima level
I want.
But quoting Pascal is something I enjoy reading.
I just don't know if I want him to do it with
Wait, with a switchblade?
yes.
I pretend I'm one of those deaf mutes.
Ghost in the Shell level questioning.
Ooh, oh my God! You want to go that level of highfalutin?
Yes.
Then we're all gonna be hipsters by the time this series is over.
No, by the end.
Join me! Join me!
No,
Join me!
If that's the case, by the end of the series, I'll be going, what is going on?
I
We'll
have
find
to say, if they reference Catcher in the Rye in
No.
like the next few episodes, I am done. I am out.
And I want individual 11s type stuff going on.
I don't think they'll do decapitations in the children's show.
Decapitation! But they're all robots. It's
That
okay.
is true. It is a loophole.
Well, does that mean every battle scene's happening on a Sunday?
Technically, yes, they are. Because technically, this show does air on Sundays. So every battle sequence is on a Sunday.
His logic.
I will acknowledge your logic for the moment.
Alright, I think
Doesn't
this is where we
matter.
should end it until next time.
Oh, no, first, everyone, remember,
The 5th of November.
Gimmicks.
Are you
I
expecting?
want all the gimmicks.
Okay, but
So I want everyone to post online and to say Kaiju, Silver Quill, Advent, Bloodbourne, whatever. Please.
You will
get
remember the name eventually.
gimmicks. It's Bloodbourne Chrisalage.
If you want to help with Patreon so we can afford to get her the gimmicks,
Yeah.
I know that's not so subtle plug, but it's really brutally factualistic. It really is. I'm gonna have to sell a kidney.
No, you don't.
You
I don't
kidding
do the
me?
gimmicks that badly. It's a joke.
The Kamen Rider gimmicks,
she's not joking.
more costly than you know.
Alright.
Oh my God! Now I can see this every
Alright,
episode.
Signing out.
it's time for some cake. Until next time, bye.
Bye, Marie Antoinette.